Welcome back to the Senior Dev channel. If you're new here, my name is Jubril and I am a software engineer. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from our tech journey. In today's video, we are diving into an exciting part of Azure AI Tech Services, the language detection. If you remember from our last video, I talked about the 4 major building blocks of Azure AI services, which are text, speech, vision, and decision. And I also included a demo on how Azure Vision image analysis works using Azure's powerful tools. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out using the link in the description. Speaking of the language detection service, I'll add some more codes to what we got going on in the last video. And this feature will give our application the ability to detect the language of input by user. I'll show you how. Let's go. Moving on from our last video where I added the image analysis controller. In this video, I've added the new controller called the language detector controller in our ASP.NET Core MVC application. This controller is responsible for detecting the language of a given text using Azure AI Text Analytics service. So a user is going to input from the UI, and then we'll also have the ability to check the language and detect the language that the user has input into the application. So if you look at the UI here, we now have a new nav bar here called the language detection. So if I click on the language detection, you can see we have a text box here where users can actually input something, and we'll click on detect language, and the application will let us know the language that is being input by the user. So let me close that, and then let's go back to the page. First, we have the index action here, which simply returns the view where users can input their text. In the view, we have a form like I showed earlier where users can enter their text, and upon submission, it posts the data to detect language method, which is the one here, and then it processes this method. Now let's look at the detect language method. This method receives the user's inputs as parameter text here, calls the get language method, and returns the detected language back to the view. Now going to the get language method here, I'm going to go to that one here, go to definition. The get language method constructs a JSON payload with the text input, sends an HTTP post request to Azure Text Analytics API, like we're doing here, right? And retrieves the detected language from the response. So here you can see how we create a JSON body and then encode it as UTF-8. So all that is being done here. We then send the request to Azure Text Analytics Service endpoint with the necessary subscription key, which is what we have here. So if the response is successful, basically we are checking that here. We pass the JSON response to extract and display the detected language. And if there's an error, we handle it gracefully and provide the feedback to the user. It is as simple as that. So basically that's just what we are doing. So this is more like a very low code. So the AI thing is all about low code, no code thing. So you want to use as little code as possible to achieve the best result instead of clogging your application with a lot of codes. So basically that's what we are doing here. Let's try that. I'm going to go ahead and run this application now, and then put a language, write a text in the input and have the application detect the language that we've input there. So I'm going to go to language detection. I'm going to type something here. Let me put hello my friend. Let's click on detect language. I'm debugging it, so that's why it's coming here. So I just go ahead and continue that, and you can see detected English language. So I'm going to put another one here, mi amor, detect language. So it detected it as Spanish. I'm going to put another one here, merci, detect language, and that's French. And pretty much that's what it does. So you can see what we are doing with as little code as possible, just using the Azure AI Text detection service. And that's a quick overview of our language detection controller in action. With just a few lines of code, we are leveraging the power of Azure AI to detect languages in user inputs. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check out our previous video on computer vision and image analysis in Azure AI. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep coding, stay curious. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.